Mazuma TV back in the building, man. What's going on, y'all? Shout out to Mazuma Nation. Shout out to the Mazuma Mob. We in the building as always, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive day. I'm here chilling at work, enjoying my break right now, but nonetheless, I'm back at y'all with some more boxing talk. On the road to 2K, man, we well into the 1,600 mark now. We about to crack that 1,700 mark soon. Shout out to the nation, shout out to the mob for making this possible. Be on the lookout, man. Be on the lookout on my community page. I will be dropping a new collection on MazumaMerch.com soon with the promo code for the nation and the mob to show my appreciation for all the support that they've been giving me, man. So shout out to y'all, man. I'm doing it for y'all. Grinding every day, putting in the work. But let's get into this topic right here because I wasn't really able to touch on the subject while on live last night, man. There was a little debate that was going back and forth between my guy Ray and Black Truth. So if you want to check out that debate that was going on about Gervonta Davis, Devin Haney, and things of that nature, man, go check out the live. You see what I mean? But what I wanted to get into was the whole situation with Conor, Benn, and Gervonta Davis. I spoke about this on multiple videos already, so just to keep it short and sweet, Conor Benn just came off of a victory against Pete Dobson, a lackluster performance in all honesty, a couple weeks back. And he had been getting criticized by a few dudes, you know what I mean? Whether it was Earl Spence, Richardson Hitchens, but most notably, Gervonta Davis had a lot to say about Conor Benn as well. You know what I mean? I guess he was watching a fight, see some holes that he could take advantage of, and suddenly he had gotten intrigued with the possibility of fighting Conor Benn. Conor Benn pulled his card, said that the fight could happen next or whatever, and that he'll have Eddie Hearn reaching out to him. Gervonta Davis seemed optimistic about it. It seemed like he was with the shits, and he said that, yo, bro, just chill out. Let me and your boss talk, and we going to get this thing together. But from what I've been hearing, there's been reports out there that Matchroom and Eddie Hearn have sent over Gervonta Davis a legit offer, and the offer was $15 million with a percentage of the pay-per-view. Since then, there's been people saying that Gervonta Davis had turned the fight down. I don't know exactly who said it. It might have been Eddie Hearn or Conor Benn in all honesty, but regardless, what's going around is that Gervonta Davis turned down the offer. So what a lot of people are asking me in all honesty, is this a duck or is this just Gervonta Davis not getting the proper money that he wants? So I'm gonna say that this is a legitimate duck, and I'm gonna tell you why. But before I do that, I'm gonna just speak on the whole money situation now. If $15 million isn't enough for Gervonta Davis, I'm gonna tell you why he may be thinking that. He may be thinking that because of the last payday he just got with Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia, you know, him and his they did some amazing numbers together. They had a lot of attention over from like the social media people, with the casual boxing fans, with the hardcore boxing fans. They were all in one room, and they were genuinely intrigued to see how this fight would play out. There was a lot of people that was believing in Ryan's abilities. There was people that was under the impression that somebody was going to get knocked out, so they was tuned in. You know what I'm saying? That somebody did get knocked out, and it wasn't Gervonta Davis. So that was just a special situation, and with that special situation came a hefty bag. You know what I'm saying? But what Gervonta Davis has to really understand is that Conor Benn fight's not as popular as the Ryan Garcia fight. So as a result, you're not going to get the biggest guarantee, or you're not going to get the same guarantee. You feel what I mean? Like Floyd and Canelo, they could get guaranteed the same amount for each fight. Like Floyd was getting like a $40 million guarantee when he was with Showtime. But that's because Floyd consistently does amazing numbers each time he steps into the ring. Now, Gervonta Davis does solid numbers as well, but we got to take into consideration we're in the streaming era where a lot of people are stealing fights and not paying for them. So it's going to be hard for him to consistently do great numbers like 800,000 to 1 million, 1.2 million pay-per-view buys religiously when a lot of people aren't paying for the fights. And in turn, you're not really fighting top caliber guys that's going to garner the attention of the hardcore and casual boxing fans simultaneously. Because in order to do like a big pay-per-view, most likely you're going to have both of them at the table watching the fight. You know what I mean? So I don't understand why Gervonta Davis would really expect a bigger guarantee if it's not as big of a fight as the Ryan Garcia fight was. Now, the reason why I believe that this is a duck in all honesty is just the fact that you were acting like you were genuinely intrigued with the fight. You seemed optimistic about the fight. You calling this man out, implying that he's easy work, insinuating that you would do a short training camp and still get rid of the dude. So when you out here running your mouth on social media, acting like you really with the shits and that you really want to smoke with this guy, they go out of their way to send you an offer, and then all of a sudden you turn down the offer. It's like it comes across as if you were just trolling the man. You know what I mean? That you were just talking about him just to get some attention going your way, because at that point in time, people were talking about Conor Benn facing Devin Haney and things of that nature, and not necessarily fighting you. Because when Conor Benn had put the list out, he had named several people. I believe he had said like Mario Barrios. He had mentioned a few names, you know what I'm saying? I think he still even mentioned Chris Eubank Jr., and he had mentioned Devin Haney in that list. And in that list, I did not hear Gervonta Davis. So maybe that caught Gervonta Davis' attention. You know what I mean? He wanted to bring some attention on himself. So in turn, he started a little drama on social media, you know what I mean? Deleted his tweets or whatever, but, you know, people screenshotting it, we see it. So it's getting the attention from the people. You see what I mean? But this whole situation is completely hypocritical on Gervonta Davis and his team's part, because they were acting like Gervonta and Devin Haney weren't in the same weight class. Leonard Ellaby was like, oh, he's a 35-pounder. They're not in the same weight class. Devin's at 40. Tank can make 130 if he wants to. Meanwhile, within a few days, he's calling out a full-blown welterweight. You know what I mean? Who was about to move up to 160 to fight Conor Benn. Chris Eubank. I'm sorry. So I don't really understand. I knew it was kind of capped from the rip. I could tell that Gervonta Davis was strictly doing that as like a publicity stunt, you know what I mean? Just to get the people talking, get the people going and all that. You feel what I'm saying? So I see why I guess he would do it, but at the end of the day, if you calling somebody out, if you acting like you want smoke, you acting like this guy's easy work, and this man pulls your card to present you with an offer and you turn it down, it just sounds like you doing it for clout at the end of the day. And in reality, it looks like you don't really want smoke with that person. It just sounds like you just want to talk. It just sounds like you want to be a keyboard warrior. It just sounds like you want some attention. You know what I mean? It sounds like you just doing it for the clout. You feel what I mean? So that is genuine. I think that whole situation is just corny on Gervonta Davis's part. You know what I mean? Like, if you gonna talk that talk, you know, you gotta walk that walk too. Because when Floyd talk shit about motherfuckers, like when he was talking about Arturo Gotti, he was saying that he was gonna punish him. Thunder makes noise, but lightning strikes, and I'm gonna crush him. I'm gonna step on him. He was talking that talk, but guess what he did? He walked that walk too. You feel what I mean? Even crazy ass dudes like Tyson Fury, they talk that talk, but guess what? When it's time to perform, they walk that walk. You feel what I mean? And Gervonta Davis has to do the same thing. If you gonna talk this shit about this certain fighter, then you gonna have to show and prove. You gotta walk that shit that you talking. Because if not, you just gonna look like a goofy, and you gonna look like you scared of motherfuckers. You scared to take a chance. You scared to take a L. That's what it's personally looking like. And for those people that's gonna be in the comment section talking about, oh well, Conor Benn's a 47. Why would he even accept that fight, bro? Why is he leaving the possibility of that fight being realistic? Is more of the question. You feel what I mean? So I don't want to hear nothing about weight excuses anymore, or guys being bigger than him, and why should he fight them if they're in different weight classes? Because this dude Gervonta Davis calling out 147s that walk around at 170, but you complaining about Devin Haney being a 140 walking around at 165 the day of the fight? It's absolutely hypocritical, bro. It's hypocritical. And in my eyes, it looks like Gervonta Davis just don't want to take that chance. And if he never takes that chance, he's going to continuously face the same scrutiny that he's currently facing at this point in his career. You know what I mean? They want to respect Gervonta. They want to put him at the top of their list. But at the same time, it's like your resume's shaky. There's all these big fights that could be within your grasp, and you're not willing to take the chance. So people are not taking you serious as a result. You know what I mean? I've seen Gervonta Davis fans who I've seen regularly defend him, run out of excuses and just be like, bro, it's hard for me to defend Gervonta, bro. Like, I'm done defending him. You know it's bad when his fans aren't willing to defend him no more. Or slowly but surely, his fans are starting to look at him sideways. You feel what I mean? So this is a legitimate duck from Gervonta Davis. This is a legitimate duck by Gervonta Davis. It wasn't like he was just sitting at the crib minding his business, and then somebody who was 1 to 2 weight classes above him sends him an offer, and he's like, yo, like, that's not my weight. I'm not fighting him, and then turns it down. Because it would make more sense. Like, all right, like, he wasn't even pursuing that fight. That fight don't make sense. So he's justified in turning it down. However, you're picking on the dude. You talking shit about him, saying how you could beat his ass and do all that shit. And then when he be like, all right, then, I mean, what's up then? And then all of a sudden you backing down, it makes you look like you a pussy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's what Gervonta is, but that's how he's coming across. It's like when you got that beef with that dude across the street, and he just talking shit from his porch, talking about what he'll do to you. You be like, all right, well, get off the porch then, and let's rumble right here in the middle of the street. And they're like, man, nah, ain't nobody getting off these porch, man. For what, man? Like, ain't nobody, bro. You telling me everything you can do. You would hurt me and all this shit. You talking all this greasy stuff. So come show it then. Nah, man. Just keep talking shit from the porch. It's like it don't make sense. Or even more, like if you call them out to fight and then all of a sudden they run back in the crib. Like that's how Gervonta Davis looks on his part in this situation. You know what I mean? But y'all let me know what y'all think about this here, man. Conor Benn can honestly say that Gervonta ducked him and he'll be justified in saying so in this situation. But let me know what y'all think about this shit overall, man. Gervonta Davis turns down a fight offer from Conor Benn and Eddie Hearn out there in Matchroom. Is it a duck? Is it a legitimate duck? Or is it just the business of boxing? Y'all let me know what y'all think. This is Mazuma TV. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm out of here, man. Peace.